Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great night so far. Gotta react to this news from Adrian Wojnarowski, you guys. Pistons are filling out their front office. They're bringing in a lot of new faces. Michael Blackstone, R.J. Holden. Dennis Lindsey is going to be the newest addition to this new era of Detroit Pistons basketball. So we do have a tweet from Adrian Wojnarowski we are going to read. It says the Detroit Pistons are hiring Dallas Mavericks executive Dennis Lindsey as a senior VP of basketball operations. Sources tell ESPN. Lindsey constructed the Utah Jazz era of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Now goes to Detroit to join Trajan Langdon's new group. Woj also had a couple tweets to follow up with this. It says Lindsey spent the past year in an advisory role under GM Nico Harrison in Dallas. Also goes on to say Langdon and Lindsey, who spent years with the Spurs and Rockets before building a perennial playoff team in Utah, bring the Pistons a significant track record of success in player personnel. Now, what I wanted to do is kind of talk to you guys for a little bit. Because if you guys watched any of my videos when the Pistons were going through this POBO search, President of Basketball Operations search, if you will, Trajan Langdon's name came up, Dennis Lindsey's name came up, John Hammond, others, right? I was very vocal about wanting Dennis Lindsey, and you guys know this. It's very well documented on this YouTube channel. I thought Dennis Lindsey was the most qualified candidate that the Pistons interviewed. I thought, given his track record, starting in the Spurs front office and then having over 10 plus years in the Utah Jazz front office, he had a very impressive track record to become the next president for your Detroit Pistons. Now, obviously, the Pistons decided to go with Trajan Langdon. And I'm not mad at that hire. I think it's a good hire. He seems like a very smart guy. He seems like a guy that has a plan. Actually has a plan, right? Loved his press conference. I've talked about it on this YouTube channel. We did a podcast with Czar last Saturday, if you guys want to check that out. But we dove into the press conference, Tom Gores, all that stuff. But I honestly think that this is really rare. And the reason why I say rare is it's very rare you see two guys that interviewed for the same job work together in the front office. Because Lindsey is going to be a senior VP of basketball ops. He's going to be working under Trajan Langdon. And I was listening to James Edwards' podcast about a month ago, and James had reported that Lindsey and Trajan Langdon were the two finalists for the job, right? That's wild, man. That's so wild that they both applied for the same job. Trajan got the job, and then Lindsey's going to be working under him. Did kind of want to dissect what Woj was talking about. He worked in Utah. Now, Utah, for what it's worth, they were a playoff team. Did they win the NBA championship? No. But they were a playoff team. Drafted good players. I like this hire. I think Trajan is the type of GM, or he's not a GM, a type of president, if you will. If he's not really comfortable or confident in a certain area, we've seen with all these hires that he's going to bring in people that he trusts. Like, I'll talk about Michael Blackstone. Michael Blackstone is a cap space guy. He's really good with numbers and figuring out contracts. Trajan knows I need someone like that to help me in that area, so he brings in one of the best cap space guys in the NBA. And Pelicans fans told me that they were really upset that they lost Blackstone. J.R. Holden. J.R. Holden used to work for the Pistons for like a year or so, but has an eye for talent, an international scout, a really respected scout around the league. Langdon goes out and gets one of the best scouts in the NBA. Assistant coach. What did the Pistons struggle with this past year? Shooting. The Pistons hire Fred Vincent, who is one of the best, if not the best, shooting coaches. So Langdon is getting guys that can help him be successful. Having Dennis Lindsey in the front office, having a guy that has that much experience with a new GM that's not even 50 years old yet, like Langdon is very young. I think this is just a home run hire. The Detroit Pistons are building just a super team front office, if you will. You got a cap space guy. You got a scout that has an eye for talent. You got a guy in Lindsey now that has a really good track record with drafting players, signing players to good contracts. Built Utah into that playoff team that they eventually did tear down and started a rebuild, but they did have success there. So I'm actually really excited for this hire. I really am. I'm still just kind of taken aback that two guys that applied for this job are going to be working together in the same front office. But wanted to update you guys on this news. I know I'm rambling a little bit. It's really late at night. I'm very tired, but I did want to force myself to make a video for you guys. And we got the NBA draft tomorrow, you guys. I'm so excited about the draft. I'm nervous. I don't know who they're going to pick. My gut tonight says they're going to try to select Klingon if he's there at 5. But let me know what you guys think of this hiring of Dennis Lindsey, former Utah Jazz, former San Antonio Spurs executive, to the Detroit Pistons to work under Trajan Langdon. I will talk to you guys down below in the comment section. Like always, you guys, I hope you're staying safe. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.